Happy morning, happy afternoon, happy evening, depending on from which part of the world and at what time you are experiencing this expression of mine. My heart is dancing in celebration, knowing 11:11 is just round the corner, knowing Infinityism Day is just round the corner. I've always believed that celebration is first a feeling and then an action. In fact, that's what I want all of you to feel along with me as we welcome Infinityism Day 2018. To feel that celebration. I know there is a lot of discussion that's going on about what we should do and how we should do and how all we should do. But that comes later. Because we can always do even without feeling it. But that will not be beautiful for an infinityist. That will be a split. That won't be an integration of truthfulness. First, it's a celebration of this feeling that I am there, I was there, and I lived through these milestones of this consciousness called infinityism, which has been relentlessly playing its part in evolving a new human consciousness of abundance, a new human consciousness of this and that, a new human consciousness where we are all able to celebrate each other beyond all discrimination, and to know that I was there as part of the path, I played my part with the path, and I lived when all this was unfolding, is a feeling of celebration. I'm going back to September 18th, 2011, when to a small group of people, I tongued infinityism for the first time. There were tears, some of them wanted to dance, some of them, of course, were perplexed. And that was the beginning of that unfoldment. And even now there is a sense of celebration. I'm going back in nostalgia on how I sat on the floor with a loose sheet of paper and just spontaneously wrote the Infinity prayer. It just happened in one flow. Some corrections were done later, but 95% of Infinity prayer happened as a flow. I'm thinking of that moment when 2,000 of us came together to celebrate the birth of infinityism. And then year on year, the various ways we have been celebrating 11/11, the infinityism day. And here we are, sometimes feeling that it was just yesterday, but looking at how much has happened in these 7 years, sure enough, my heart is dancing, wondering if so much has happened in these 7 years, how much more will happen to humanity when we teach this world to live life the infinityism way, when we empower this world to move away from thinking in scarcity and contentment, to teaching them to think in abundance, to think most and more. When we can inspire enough people, which, as I have said many times before, I can't do it alone, I need all of you. If not anything, as a living role model, as a living infinityist, as an inspiring infinityist, as a radiant infinityist, in the way you live your life, you should look so separate from the rest. Not another one in the crowd, but a benchmark to the crowd. And I can't tell you how much my heart overflows in gratitude for so many of these infinityists. And that feeling is what I call a celebration. Just this anticipation that 2 days from now, somewhere in New York, somewhere in Toronto, somewhere in Sydney, somewhere in Delhi, Mumbai, Dubai, Belgium, Amsterdam, Durban, Johannesburg, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Chennai, Pondicherry. Forgive me if I missed any one of those significant geographical locations. Like I can see Singapore is already raising his eyebrows. How we were missed out? And to know that in our own ways we'll be painting the world blue and spreading this flame of celebration. And I decided that I should come to you 2 days in advance to ignite the spirit of celebration. Like I always said, it's not the day Krishna comes home, it's the day Krishna announces he is going to come home. The pilgrimage already begins. Eventually, I am anticipating a time when celebration of Infinityism Day will start right on 1st November and go on for all the 11 days in different ways. I'm not even saying I will unfold something. Organically, collectively, all of us will somewhere contribute for the unfoldment of this, because this world deserves celebration. Enough of evil, enough of terrorism, enough of corruption, enough of negativity. As the greatest of all the creations of God, and as this privileged lot amongst humanity as infinityists, we the blessed few, that we are breathing the air along with him when he is still around, experiencing not only the presence but also the person in energy during his time. And we are the founding members of what generations to come will be a revolution of its own sorts. So it begins with us. So this is my call to each one of you. Let this 11/11 not just pass off as another day, not just another Sunday. In your own ways, starting now, start feeling visible love, demonstrative happiness, celebration of life, expression of gratitude, a sense of responsibility that we will live such a life where our life is worth emulating for generations to come. And that desire of mine that I always share with all of you. In my lifetime when I'm teaching, all my references should not be historical personalities, but every reference of mine must be you infinityists. For anything that I need a positive inspiration, I should not be looking beyond an infinityiist. And for all this to happen, we need to own this day. We need to feel one with it. You can't just be in the fringes anymore. You cannot be in the periphery anymore. I want you to become part of the core. I want you to get involved. I want you to feel infinityism is mine too. This vision of Mahatria is mine too. I share this responsibility of taking infinityism to the world and bringing the world to infinityism. How? not expecting anything more from you than to live every moment of your life the infinityism way, as a responsible infinityist. I'm going to dance. I'm going to smile between my tears. I'm going to become even more resolute. I'm going to be investing a lot of silence, which is my way of celebrating on 11/11. And together, let's do whatever it takes to evolve this human consciousness to a different orbit from where they can live their life. Loving you all so much, trusting all of you. I'm promising the little ones that we will gift them a very beautiful world. Love you so much. Thank you.